Former flat earthers. What made you come round? Quote I got from somewhere. For 5 years I believed the earth was flat, then I turned 6. Had to travel to Japan, gave up on my beliefs in order to make a shorter trip. A serious answer here. The thing that made me stop was just the question, why would NASA lie to you? I will try replying to all of y'all, but we'll go to a study hall, so we'll reply later. Kyrie Irving hasn't been doing press conferences. The Mobius strip earthers had more compelling arguments. I convinced a flat earther, temporarily, by asking him if it was possible for a sphere to be so large that you could not tell it was a sphere by simply being on the surface of it. It took him a while. I used an analogy of an extremely long line that was so slightly curved you could not tell, so by looking at a small section of it. Eventually he said yes to the sphere, and I told him that was how big the earth is. A few days later he reverted. Most of these people aren't mentally stable, they believe in a lot of conspiracies. Look, it's really easy. If the earth is flat, there would be an edges. And there would be a fucking Disney park at the edge, and we could bungee jump off the side and paraglide into the void, etc., etc. Someone would be making an absolute shit ton of money off of it, if it existed. Guess what? Nobody is doing that. ADN in this world where absolutely everything is exploited for profit, if no one is making money off of it, it does not exist. No edge. Not flat. Get a clue? Not me, but got a flat earther to question his beliefs, and hopefully critically analyze them, by giving him the proof he asked for, to which he responded, mainstream science and media are lies. I asked why he asked for proof if he could just disregard it as lies either way, then told him that since he required no proof, or evidence against, to believe something, it made him the easiest person to deceive, and that it seemed pretty sheep-like to me. He deleted all of his flat earth comments and hasn't posted about it since. And hashtag X200B. ETA, Holy Round Earth, Batman. Thank you for the karma and awards and GOLD. I promise I'll screenshot next time. ETA 2, he didn't block me, I can still see everything he posted, and the OP thread creator also said the comment disappeared. Shame. 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 I was tired of living life on the edge. Okay, I get the question is funny and all, but I actually did believe, for a time, that the earth was flat. I was raised in a very religious family, and basically came to the conclusion that the Bible declared the earth was flat, because since I believed the earth was created in 7 days, the idea that God set the stars in the sky in 1 day made much more sense if the stars were simply points of light in a sort of snow globe formation extrapolated onto a bigger scale. Otherwise, he took 1 day out of the 7 to make a septillion or so balls of flaming gas, all with their own planets, and set each one into galaxies before breaking for lunch. It just didn't make sense to me that he would spend 5 days on one planet, and make the creation of the trillions of other stuff in the universe a little footnote. I was confronted about this belief a couple times, only one of which wasn't laughed off. That single person who engaged started a serious discussion, presenting much more evidence for the globe Earth, and eventually told me to watch Carl Sagan. The Cosmos series was on YouTube, and once I watched it, I had to know more. Finally, a video from the channel Minute Physics convinced me, in no uncertain terms, that the Earth was round. All it took was one quote, which I still remember leaving chills down my spine: you should have put a serious tag on this question. Yeah, you really need to use the serious tag. People on here are idiots lol. I tried to convince others that the Earth is a circle, but they wouldn't listen. It's pointless. No one took me seriously. There are flat earthers all over the globe. I spent about a year infiltrating the flat earth community on Instagram. I garnered a decent following with an account dedicated to flat earth travel photos, an intentionally absurd premise. In that time I learned quite a bit about the community, including how to discern the trolls from the real deal. The majority of legit flat earthers are extremely distrustful of anything the government says or does. These same people are 9/11 truthers, Holocaust deniers, and anti-vaxxers, and they connect these conspiracies together. Many of them have also attached flat earth theory to religion, magic, or mysticism. Before my infiltration I'd always considered conspiracies fun. Like they were the fan fiction of real life. Now they mostly make me sad. For all the phony accounts like mine, there are still plenty of people out there willing to drop a couple of $100s on a flat earth convention. It took about 5 years. It was a lot of willful ignorance on my part, I just refused to question the logic of it. In fact, I spent most of my time coming up with crazy fantasies about a lot of things I didn't understand. But you have to understand that there is just so much we don't know about that sometimes our priority on what is real and what can be believed can get confused. I was learning so much so fast that I really didn't question something so inane as the world being flat. Of course it was, why wouldn't it be? The day that changed it forever though was when I asked my father what happens when you get to the edge of the world. He of course said the world is round like a ball. Being about 5 years old I thought that made a lot of sense. Obviously there's a lot of memeing around here, but if the question was meant seriously we should understand what exactly flat earth belief is. As Dan from the channel Folding Ideas puts it in his excellent video, In Search of a Flat Earth. Nominally, flat earth is a belief that the earth isn't a globe, but is actually flat, a fact that has been kept from us, meaning normal people, by a nebulous, powerful them for nefarious, inscrutable purposes. I think it's worth considering that the shape of the earth might actually be the least important belief of flat earth. Flat earth is a syncretic, biblical belief that is both evangelical and apocalyptic. The world is flat and they are hiding that fact from you because a flat earth would be irrefutable proof that we live in a divine fishbowl and, thus, that God is real. Flat earthers are not otherwise empty vessels who believe one kooky thing. They believe that thing because it suits their purposes. Flat earthers have an agenda. Their anxiety is that the world has become too complex, that too many things are changing, and that science and progressivism are actively malicious elements working to obstruct the true nature of God. Most people don't actually believe flat earth because they were persuaded by shoddy evidence, they do so because it says something they already believe about the nature of the social world. I'm upvoting just for the pun. I'd see what people think about the shape of the earth as long as we all agree that we kinda need to do something about it so that we don't perish. I saw Yo Mama and thought, there's no way the earth can be flat. So no one with serious responses. I was kinda looking forward to reading the replies. I went to kindergarten and saw a globe. Did any of you former flat earthers just believed because you wanted to be unique and different from everyone else? I suspect that some people who deny shit like this are the same people who just wants to be different. They'll say they disliked a movie because the majority likes it. They'll say they don't enjoy a type of food cause most do. Basically, they don't really care how they truly feel about something. They just want to be different and say the opposite of the majority. Maybe not with everything. But they'll choose a few things in life because they want to feel special. Man, I figured there would only be a couple legit ones but I was really interested. Instead it's the same tired-ass jokes you've been recycling for the past few years. Don't you guys get tired of upvoting dogs hit like, there's flat earthers all over the globe? Surprisingly enough. Facts and logic. More specifically star patterns. What we observe cannot happen on a flat earth. Oh, they move on to join the Q cult. Seriously. I was lonely, and everyone else was having a ball.